This episode of Geni's Way is brought to you by Unique Marketer, where passionate marketing delivers powerful results. Woohoo, my friends, buckle up that harness because today we're going way out of our comfort zones and up into the trees. I am excited about this episode because it's not just about ziplining through the woods, it's about ziplining through fear, doubt, and those what ifs that hold us back. I'm joined by Tara Lau, a powerhouse banker who knows how to keep cash flow steady, and today she's proving she can balance courage too. We'll talk about bold money moves, building confidence step by step, and finding the resolve to leap even when your knees are shaking. Get ready for chuckles, life lessons, and maybe a little screaming. So now, let's fly!
Hello! Welcome to Geni's Way. Back to Geni's Way. I can't wait to introduce Tara Law. Tara is a banker, commercial lender, and a consultant. Hi, it's great to have you on Geni's Way.
Thank you.
She was brave enough to come to zipline with me. Can you believe it? But anyway, today we're going to talk about relationship with money and how that relationship could be fun and peaceful. And also we're going to talk about a few other things like overcoming fears and in relationship that to money and everything else in our life. So Tara, tell us, how is it we have a great relationship with money?
Well, that can take some time. It depends on whether you've learned about money when you were small, or if you've grown up around money and you have sort of a bad feeling about it. I think definitely having a good relationship with money is going to go a long way, not only in your lifetime, now to when you retire later on in the future. It's important to, I think, budget, know exactly what your bills are, and to use tools to be able to budget and know probably down to the penny what you're spending your money on. I think that gives you a lot of freedom when you know that, and then you can set aside money to do the things that are fun, that do bring joy to you. And I think that that's what's really important. And it does take a little bit of time if you haven't been raised to appreciate and have understanding of money, then it can be difficult. But I think, you can learn that. It doesn't have to be young. You can learn at any time, at any stage of your life. You can learn about, enjoying, using money for things in your life that bring you joy.
So money is not all bad?
No.
Oh, really? A lot of people have a really bad relationship with money. They don't see the money as a tool that help us to enjoy the things we want to enjoy.
Yeah. Most people don't. I think most people have a fear, or they feel like it's a hindrance to their life, when in actuality, money is something that helps you enjoy life, gets you to go to the vacation, gets you to pay for your child's college.
Vacation.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. How do we get to go on vacation? What's the easiest way to budget? What are the ways of budgeting so we can have money for everything we want and need?
Well, there's several ways to budget. For me, I actually, because I work at a bank, I use a check register, which is old-fashioned. It's actually writing everything down. My husband does not like that at all, so he uses an app. There are several apps out there that help you budget your money, that can take into account all of your bills and then tell you what you have left over, and then you can budget to different things that you're looking forward to in the future, like a vacation.
Oh, vacation.
A car.
A boat?
A boat. Whatever.
What about airplanes?
Yeah, if you want an airplane, we have lend money for an airplane at the bank. So
Oh, wow,
there are
okay.
people that do that, and you can budget for that. There's also loans out there that can help you finance these things too, but that's all part of the budget with your monthly payment.
So what about, okay, so I get to hear a lot from my business owning friends like, well, if I start the business, then I need to have a place where to have a business. But what if they don't want to rent the commercial space? What are the tips and the tricks that you can give them if they come to you and say, Tara, I really want to buy a commercial space. What do I need to do? That sounds very complicated.
Well, it doesn't have to be complicated, and it's nice
Really?
to have a banker that you know and trust that can guide you through those processes. But buying a commercial property can be very exciting, can add assets to your business.
Excitement.
Can add assets to your portfolio. It's a great opportunity to build wealth, but there are some things that business owners should be prepared for, and that's making sure that they have a business plan, making sure that they have their finances in
Everybody
order.
hates business plans. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Who likes business plans?
Yeah, they can take some time, but it's good to know where you've started, where you're going, what you want your future to look like, and making sure that your financials are in order. That's why I highly recommend having a good CPA or bookkeeper or accountant in your life, just like having a good banker or an attorney in your life. It's always really good to have one of those people in your life to help you with finances, especially if that's not necessarily your forte or you're not comfortable with numbers. It's always good to have someone that is professional and can help guide you in that way.
To emphasize, start planning early.
Yes.
So listen to Tara. So start familiarize yourself what you need to do to actually be able to buy a commercial space if that's what you want. And then get to know your bankers, your attorneys, your CPA, your bookkeepers. So when it comes time to take that brave step or exciting step of owning commercial step, if that's what you want to do, if that makes sense. But it's okay probably to rent the commercial space too. And then
Sure.
and then they come to Tara and say, look, in 2 years, I want to buy my space. What are the things I need to do? You've had those cases before probably too, right?
Absolutely. Well, people will come to me wanting to buy a space, and then in actuality, it's actually better for them to rent the space.
See?
So it doesn't make sense for them to buy currently, but that doesn't mean that they can't buy in the future.
Planning.
Planning. It's always planning, and that's why it's good to consult and have someone that you trust to be able to guide you for your future, what your finances look like, what that property may cost, what your payment may look like. That's why that's important.
And maybe there's the cost that owners that have no idea, especially if they're starting up, and Tara will say, okay, there's insurance and potential repairs, so
Yeah.
you need to kind of budget maybe $300 or $400, $500 a month more, and that may be things that takes you over the edge. Say, oh, maybe we should figure out how we're going to get the extra $500 or whatever the case might be, so we can buy in a couple of years. So it doesn't necessarily have to buy at that moment, just as long as you have a vision and a goal where you want your business to be, right?
That's right, exactly. It's also just making sure that you plan ahead and know what those costs look like, because that's where I think some people get in trouble, and maybe the fear of money comes in, is because they're not understanding the whole encompassing of what
entrepreneurs are going and getting in troubles? No way. No. We're just free-spirited, exciting people that are ready to conquer anything. Speaking conquer anything, about in a few minutes we'll be conquering ziplining interview. We're making history on Geni's Way with Tara Lowe. This episode is brought to you by Unique Marketer. Now imagine your business leading, not following. Meet Unique Marketer. We don't shout or whisper in a way that brings everyone to listen. Unique Marketer changes the game with connection marketing.
We turn our audiences into communities, eager for your story. Insightful tools guide us, not just an attitude of sales. Our approach: connect, resonate, transform. If you're interested in learning more, Unique Marketer gives Geni's Way listeners a free digital analysis and strategy goal. Use Listen Up with the link in show notes. Lead with Unique Marketer, where we help your business shine.
Hey Tara, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Oh my goodness, we're going to have some fun. Yay!
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
Oh, I can't wait. Let's see what's gonna come from this fun. Tell me, what one mistake you see business owners make when managing their cash flow?
You know, it's an exciting time for business owners when they do have an influx of great cash flow, especially when they're starting. So one of the things I think that could be a mishap is sometimes growing a little too quick. So it's good to grow, and it's great to grow fast, but sometimes it's good to grow in a more sustained way. So I do see sometimes with managing cash flow that it could be a little quick, and that's why you really need a good team around you. You know, you need a good attorney, especially a CPA, and a good banker, someone to help guide you through those, especially first steps of your business.
Oh, that's interesting. You have many people that mismanage their cash flow. Did you notice a lot of them?
I don't know if it's a lot of them. I think it's just it can be. It just depends. I mean, a lot of business owners are doing a great job, and then there are some that just need a little bit of help and a little bit of guidance to get them through. So I think it just depends on, each business is different, so each business owner is different as well. So it just takes a little bit of time to kind of figure that out. And if they get, you know, stuck or they're unsure, it's good to have guidance and mentors in place.
Woohoo! Yay! Yay! Fun times! Woohoo! Well, with all of that said, since we're doing fun, exciting ziplining, what do you think is the mindset shift necessary to take bold action, whether it is business or jumping off the platforms like this? What is the mindset? What is it that people need to tell themselves so they be able to do it just like you?
Well, I think for business owners and for myself today in general, it's just making that decision to say that I want to, you know, try it, I want to accomplish it, and if I could do that, it really builds confidence, which is what's needed in general in my business and in entrepreneurs. It's that confidence to be able to do the next step. So if I can do that and go through my fear and actually complete it, then I've added another accomplishment in my life.
Oh yeah, how do you think this whole experience it will change who you are as the person? You said it's building the confidence of overcoming the fear. How would that affect your whole life? Woohoo!
This is amazing.
You think it'll help you be brave in anything in life or any other aspect of your life?
Yeah, I think that, accomplishing something like, per se, zip lining like this, like I am terrified of heights. I don't care how high it is, even on a ladder, I don't do well.
You all heard it. She is terrified of heights and doing it anyway. How much courage and encouragement does that take? Oh my God, let's applaud. Woohoo! And here we are. Wait a minute, this is not just zip lining. You guys see all those obstacles we have to look at before and take one step at a time? Hold on a minute. Here we go. One, and figure out how to take that one step at a time without worrying 10 steps ahead. I always thought about it, how I can relate that. The zip lining, so far, this experience, what I've learned is that when we see the obstacle, we don't have to know the 10 steps ahead. We just need to know the first step and the next step and the next step. Otherwise, you get so overwhelmed, you're not going to do anything.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. I mean, that's why doing something like this is so exhilarating, because you're not focused on the things that are ahead. You're focused on the now. You're focused on the immediate attention that you need, especially on these obstacles that we're doing right now. I barely can think about anything else except putting one foot in front of the other.
Yeah, and make sure that foot doesn't slip.
Yeah.
Then you have to just, ooh, there comes my safety gears.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Exactly.
Well, let me see. How is it zip lining? Zip lining has different heights and speeds, right? Business loans come in different sizes. How does a business owner know how much they should borrow? Can you give them like a little guidance? Or how would they even start thinking about, do they need 100,000, 200, 300? How would they know what loan size to even ask for?
It really depends on the circumstance and what type of loan they're looking for, because when you underwrite a loan, we're underwriting it to different.
I come to the difficult ones I had to figure out. Oh my, Tara, are you brave enough to do it? Oh.
I'm gonna try. I'm certainly gonna do it.
Oh my, here it comes. One more, haha. So different sizes of loan, and how do we know?
So they can talk to a professional. Talking to their CPA or talking to a banker is one way of knowing, especially because there's different types of loans. So it depends on what they're looking for. If they're looking for a line of credit, that'll be one way to look at their cash flow. If they're looking to purchase property and real estate, that's another way to look at cash flow. So it really depends on what that looks like, and then we can back into a number typically, or they can just, based on their business needs, tell us, this is what I need, for my accounts receivable, for my truck loan, for my real estate. So we can look at different business loans in that respect.
Ooh, we're doing it, Tara. We're really doing it. Can you believe this? I can. Well, at least we have our safety harness. Speaking of safety harness, what's been the safety harness in life? Something or someone that keeps you secure while you're taking a risk?
Well, I have faith. That's what I look for a lot, is faith in...
Faith is important in life. If you don't have, there is a greater power that supports you in anything you want to do. Then how do you even go about doing it, right?
That's
right.
Right.
We knew before we got on the platform, we knew that we can be at the other end, and here we are. Ha ha ha!
Exactly. That is so true. But yes, that's what I look for, is faith. And having a good support system through friends and family and even coworkers. So, and having a mentor is important too.
Yeah, and How do you know when it's time to take a plunge and do something new? How did you know you're ready to do zip lining, for example?
Well, you know, I really wasn't thinking of zip lining until you mentioned it. And
Really, you weren't? I'm sure you did at some point.
And I was thinking, the last time I went zip lining was on a cruise ship when I was in the Bahamas, and it was a lower level zip lining, and I was terrified. And then my husband had asked me to go on a parasailing, and I was like, absolutely not. So when you said zip lining, I said, you know, it's time. It's time to face the fears and do it anyway.
So how do you know it's time to do it? You just know.
Yeah.
You just have that gut feeling is like, whoo, whoo.
Yeah.
I think we just know, and then one of the things, like I feel like if there is a nudge for a while there, then you know it's your time to do it. Like you get a certain feeling like it's time to do something new.
Yeah.
Don't you agree?
Exactly.
The zip lining require trust in the equipment and the guides. How does it compare to trust business owner need when securing the loans?
I think the first and foremost is preparation and guidance. Just like the zip lining staff that was here that took the time to consult with us about what we needed to do.
I sure did. Ooh, asked them lots of questions. And then that wasn't enough. Then I said, okay, Tara, I'm assigning you the safety officer role. Are you going to be my safety officer? Because, those harnesses kind of like, it confused me. And that's why I was leading you on, but you were supporting me. And that was the beautiful thing that's keep showing up for each other.
Yeah.
I can see it step after step that we're taking here. One obstacle after another. I'm relying on you to check my safety, and you relying on me to be your cheerleader and support you to get over your fears. I think that's amazing.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate you cheering me on. It's helpful, and that's what that's about too, is support. Supporting each other through something that is a challenge and getting to the other side.
We kind of talk about being afraid and doing it anyways, but is there anything else you want to add if the business owners are afraid to take the leap and ask for funding for their businesses, and they're just terrified? What if I can't pay it off? What if my business failed? Then I still owe that money.
Well, it's good to have a conversation, like I said, with a trusted banker and your CPA, because your CPA is going to help you with understanding your cash flow, and then your banker is going to help you with potentially what that loan actually looks like and how it could impact your income. So I think, you know, as long as you have the preparation and guidance with someone that you trust, then you can know the whole picture. If you don't know the whole picture, it's sort of like the zip lining that we're doing today. You have to, it's sort of like take that step, take the leap, learn all you can, just like the safety that they did before. You know, then the more you learn, the more comfortable you'll be.
Yeah, the learning, do your homework.
Yes.
Like anything else, you need to do your homework. Like we had the safety officers from the park that kind of told us what to do. And then we also rely on each other, because you're good at one thing and I'm good at other things, and that's how it is. You have to rely on your team, do your homework, get with the team and say, okay, you will be responsible for that, and I will be responsible for this, and together we can do it. I know you're really big on team building. We keep going back and back to that, but that's kind of very important. There's something I wanted to ask you. What is the scarier, what is the scarier, jumping off this platform or telling a business owner they don't qualify for a loan? What is the scariest?
I think currently jumping off the zip line is probably scarier for me right now, but I've had a lot of practice about helping customers potentially not be ready for the next step, but that doesn't mean that it's forever. It just means maybe at that moment. So like I said, they can prepare for their next loan opportunity, even if it isn't at that moment. It doesn't mean forever. It just means right now.
Was it not scary for you to tell when you had to say it very, very first time to the business owners?
Oh yeah, definitely. I was terrified. But I think I put myself in the business owner's shoes and just try to convey to them, as calm and as pointed as I can, to make sure that they understand what I'm saying, and also to understand too that it isn't always just immediate. And then there may be other avenues for them if they need it. There may be other places for loans that they can get, maybe through the Small Business Administration. There's other places too that may be beneficial to them. But definitely the first time I ever said it, I was very nervous. I wasn't sure how they would react, but most business owners are very respectful. And they want to know the truth about whether they can qualify or not.
And the sooner they know that will usually better. They'll give them chance to prepare.
Exactly.
Well, we talked some about safety gears, but what would be the safety gears for financial safety that entrepreneurs needs to know and do it before applying for a loan? What are the safety gears they need to know about?
Well, just having their financials prepared in an organized manner is great. Them themselves knowing where their business and cash flow stands, having that information and knowing where they are is important. Also, just being able to, communicate about their business, how they started, where they're going, what their future looks like. Those are all important things that we as bankers and financial experts want to know.
So again, it goes back to getting prepared and communicating with
Yes.
the team that will help you through the process.
Yes, exactly.
Seems like we keep coming back to it.
Yes.
Team and teamwork.
Yep.
And getting prepared.
Yep, exactly.
What is one of the boldest financial risks you've seen a business take, and how did that turn out? It didn't turn out as well as they hoped. Sometimes it doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it really depends. In all my years, it's hard to know, with the risk. I mean, my job is to really help a business owner not put themselves on the line. That's really important, is to help them to be ready to make those purchases or those loans. Sometimes they do come to me after something has happened, and I can help guide them. But for the most part, the whole point of being prepared is to not have that happen to them.
Being prepared.
I know it's a broken record, but it's just true.
But that's like anything.
It's just true.
If you're doing presentation, you have to prepare. If you doing the interview for work, if your preparation for any career, you'll be going to school and then doing an internship for zip lining here. We had to do the safety. The safety instruction here. It's all preparing, whether you prepare mentally, physically, it's all about preparations.
Exactly.
So, there are some red flags that might stop a business from getting approved for a loan. I really don't think they need to know all of them, but what would be a top couple of red flags?
Not having your financials in order is a red flag. maybe not filing your taxes for a while, that's going to be difficult to get a loan or to have anyone really be able to help, because if you don't know where your business stands, it's really hard to assist. Not knowing your full business front and back, knowing everything that you need to know about it and communicating it in a way that makes sense. So I would say that just knowing your business is really, really important. And I hate to say the financials piece, but that is really important, because that's where getting a loan comes into place, where you need to be able to afford that loan and you don't want to put yourself in jeopardy.
Is that where the business plan comes in?
Yes. So having a business plan, having your financials, even having projections of what your business will look like in the next few years is really important too.
Wow, we keep hearing the same thing. You need to plan, prepare, pick your team. And this is the exhilarating and very powerful experience that we're having. And what would be a top couple of unexpected lessons that you learning while you're doing the ziplining? What's those adrenaline-filled experience like this? What are they teaching you usually? But particularly this one. What is it teaching you?
Right now, for me, what it's teaching me is that each step that I make, I'm actually doing it. So each level that we're doing on the zip line is getting easier and easier. So I was actually surprised that I was not as afraid going into them as I was in the very beginning. So it's doing something over and over again is helpful, because it gives me more confidence as I go.
And you never thought you're going to say, oh yeah, I want to do more of that. It's actually fun. Of course it is, because you have an idea how to do it now.
Yeah, no, now I would do this. I was just thinking about that with my son. I was thinking, oh, it would be great to do this with him and even bring my husband out here and be able to do it as a family. I can do this now.
So it's teaching so many lessons. It's like, anything new we're doing, we're going to be scared, we're going to be terrified. And that's normal, that's expected. As long as you have an awareness and understanding that you're going to be afraid, and that's how we're wired. That's for our own protection, so we will not be doing crazy stuff, and it's okay. But once you learn it and do things that feels unimaginable at one point, but if you realize that you can do it and you know how to do it safely, and specifically, especially if you're not doing it alone, like you wouldn't do it without me, I wouldn't do it without you. Together, we're a great team. It's the same thing, like, yeah, I would do it again, but I really don't want to do it by myself. Number one, it's not fun. Number two, you have that energy and that helping hand. What if you get stuck? What if something happens and you have people there? So I do appreciate the people trying to build their businesses on their own. However, it is so much more fun when you have one to talk to and brainstorm and bounce of ideas.
Exactly. That's exactly right. And that's what makes my job fun, is that I'm able to help business owners get into that mindset and grow their business. So I know we keep talking about it, but it is teamwork, just like what you and I are doing today.
And it's awesome. We didn't even know who was going to get what role. That was another thing I wanted to say. The roles will unfold like each step. You will realize who's going to be better at what, and you just keep growing as a team.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yay, we did it. Yoo-hoo, we did it.
Woo.
It is so much fun. Can you believe we did it?
I know,
We
it was
did
amazing.
so many crazy obstacles, And you would look at them the first time you glance, and before you did it, you say, "Oh, who me? I'm not doing it." Now you say, "Oh, I'm going to do it. I'm even going to bring my family." Imagine that.
That is true. That is very, very true.
So that's the biggest lesson. What seems in the you can't even imagine you're going to do it. By the end, once you know how to do it and do it safely, you're like, I'm all in. It is so much fun. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
Yay! Well, thank you.
Thank
Fun.
you.
Yoo-hoo!
Thank you, Jenny.
So Tara, what do you think about being afraid and doing it anyways?
Well, it's a great part of life. It's something that is a great lesson, and just to keep on going. Face your fear and do it anyway.
Face your fear and do it anyway. Now, a lot of people think it's cheesy, but it's not.
No, it's true. We just did it.
We did not one course, we did 2
We
courses.
did 2 courses because one was
Easy.
easier, and we did the next course and it got easier and built up our confidence.
Yeah, it's all about building the confidence. But how do you build confidence? One step at a time.
One step at a time, and teamwork.
We made it to the other side, and not just the zipline platform. Here's what I'm taking away. Whether it's the heights or hard decisions in business, courage happens one brave step at a time. Today reminded me that you don't need to know the next 10 steps, just the next one, and trust your safety harness. So tell me in the comments, what is your next bold leap? And hey, if this episode made you smile, share it with someone who needs a nudge to go for the next dream. Until next time, see you.